morning, y'all. It's Tuesday morning. I'm in a Walmart parking lot. The sun's not up, but I've got an energy drink and I got a few hours of sleep. We got a long way to go today. We've got to get over into North Carolina. Ready to go for a ride? Let's go get it done. Rock and Roll Trucker.
This is the Rock and Roll Trucker. We're knocking out miles, we're eating good, we're rocking and rolling and having a good time. Come along for a ride. Let's see where we can go today.
Well, good morning. How's it going? We're rolling, as you can see. Pretty out here today. A little light, low hanging fog hanging over the fields over here next to me. You can kind of see it there. Wish the tree line was open up here so you can see it. It looks really cool, really pretty. It's like an old country painting or something. Over there to the left, there's some barns and just pastures and crop fields and stuff. It looks like a scene out of an old country painting or something like that. It's just absolutely gorgeous to look at this morning. We're about to split off the Penny Ryle Parkway here and jump on the I-24 eastbound, headed towards Nashville, pointing towards I-40 to point towards Knoxville, to point towards the Gorge, to point towards North Carolina. First things first though, we got to get on the I-24. Work our way through Nashville and get over there to I-40 and find our fuel stop. We're just kind of putting along this morning, not going real hard at it, keeping up with traffic, close to the speed limit, but keeping that boost gauge contained over here because we need some fuel and we're trying to milk it out and ride it out. I think we'll make it. We're trying to get over there to around 11 in Tennessee. My number one fuel stop is listed as being over there right now, although that fuel app I use, it's still not updated for the 26th, and that was my updated price for the 25th, but it's at a fuel stop that I think will probably still hang in there as a one of the top 10 on there for the trip. We'll see. After I get up here, I got to check that and find out. There was my little ding alarm right there telling me low fuel because I was going around a turn and it shifted in the tank. I don't know. We might end up having to give it up and stop at a different one. I don't know, but we still got a few more good miles left in there, so we'll see what happens. Can't remember what mile marker this pops out of on 24 here. What part of Kentucky are we in? Are we close to the Tennessee border here? Are we popping back out down around Fort Campbell here? I can't remember. Let's find out where we're at up here. It's got to be an exit of some sort showing up. So how was y'all's night? Did y'all sleep good? I hope you slept more than I did. I didn't get near as much as I would like, but they were pretty knocked out, dead to the world hours, so they were efficient hours, alright? And I guess I did more sitting and waiting and lounging around than I did anything else yesterday, so I didn't have a reason to be real tired, I don't suppose. We sat there at that shipper for the time we checked in till the time we left was over 5 hours. Like I said last night, they ran me out of hours. Personal convey to my nearest safe haven. We definitely went to the nearest one, I promise. Really, we went to the only one I could find anything at, so not a complete fabrication there if you really want to know the truth of it. Now, I didn't go further than I needed to. I didn't abuse the situation there by any means. I truly only did go far enough to find something I was comfortable with there. We're rolling. Where are we at? 86 Oak Grove exit. Yeah, we're getting close to the Tennessee border over here. We're over here near the Fort Campbell exits. Oak Grove, that's where the big pilot is over here. So yeah, we're not too far from crossing the Tennessee line down here. Not far at all. I've slept many a nights over there in that Oak Grove, Kentucky pilot there, pumped many gallons of fuel there, but it's been quite a number of years since I've been in there now. It's weird with my career in truck driving, like every company you work for tends to have different kind of regular areas that you end up being high and all. Some of the other companies I worked for, that was a constant. This right here was a constant stretch of real estate that I passed through, and that was one of the fuel stops I ended up finding myself at a lot. Now I've gone like, oh, excuse me. Now I've gone like actual, like years have passed since I've been in there. Kind of weird. Got a big parking lot at that one though. Got the 86 and 86 and 89. Yeah, the 86 is the one that's got the Fly J and the Pilot in it. It's doubled up. It's got two different ones. And same thing. I've slept and fueled up at both of those two. It's the 89, I think it is the number up here with the bigger one I'm talking about that I've done the most business at. But yeah, done a lot of business on both these exits here. But who cares, right? Quit rambling, you old reminiscent idiot there. Don't nobody care about your old man memories? You should. My stories are interesting. I have lots of valuable road stories up here. Yeah. Well, y'all see that pretty sky out in front of me? I'm going to keep myself pointed towards it. I'm going to get off of here, get across Tennessee, and see if we can milk this thing up to Lebanon, Tennessee there and get some fuel. I'll catch up with you after we get that done. Y'all be good until I get back. Stay out of trouble. Behave. We'll see you in a bit. Howdy ho, neighbors. We're still driving. We're still moving. We stopped a little while, a good while back now at this point, almost 2 hours ago, and got us a big dose of fuel. Got us a donut. We'd already had our little go-go energy drink. I'm living that healthy life up here, you know. Living that healthy life this morning. We're rolling. We're up here on I-40 now. We're up here, I think, did we already pass? Yeah, we just passed Cookville a little bit ago. We're rolling steadily along. We'll be over here to Knoxville before we know it. How's it going for y'all this morning? Gorgeous weather out here. I'm just not feeling it. Not feeling it. Weather is too nice for me to enjoy doing what I'm doing right now. It makes it a better day, but it makes me also want to be home. Roaming around, out and about in my town, in my city, going over to the river, having a cold drink, sitting there looking at the world around me and just relaxing, right? Sitting on the porch, looking at the mountain view. That's what I'd rather be doing, but alas, we must make a living. Oh, who messed up the world way back when that came up with this whole capitalist, system, all the socialism, capitalism, all the isms? Who came up with all that bull crap? People used to just live. I don't know. Who was it way back when decided they wanted power, so we all had to go under all these isms? And why did mankind, way back at the very beginning, from the first days, decide that there's always got to be a struggle for power and wars and controversies and money and why people? Why can't everybody just live off the land and enjoy life? I don't know. I don't know how to live off the land. I can grow a few things. I can do something if I had to. I'd survive. But I'm just talking mess. We would make it. We would figure it out. We would adapt like mankind always has. But you know what I'm saying. That was a long way around to say day jobs suck, y'all. Especially in the trucking industry. This stinks. I want to go home. I don't know. I'm just over here talking mess. What would y'all be doing right now if you weren't working? Well, you might not be working if you're watching this. So, what do you do when you're not working? What would you rather do than be working? If you could retire right now and never have to worry about money again, what would you go do? What would you do to occupy your time? Man, I can think of a lot of things. I'd like to hear what you do, though. Tell me. your idea might be better than mine, and I might take it. Sneaky like that, you know. No, I wouldn't do that to you. But I'd ask you if you think it's all right if I could do that too. Yeah. Just chugging along. We're gonna get to Knoxville. We should be not having to deal with Knoxville traffic today for the most part. Maybe lunchtime traffic, but then we'll get through there, and then we're gonna jump off into the forest there. Go through the gorge again. I took y'all for a little bit of a ride through there last time. I may just throw it on there and get some hyperlapse through there this time instead of talking your ear off. Talking about all the stuff I talked about just a couple of weeks ago. You don't want to hear all that again. Maybe you just want to look. Some of the trees some of the leaves might be starting to change through there. But it'll be a pretty ride regardless, but especially if some of the trees have started to change. Yeah, it'd be cool. I'm not going to start throwing the hyperlapse in all the time again, but put a little clip in there every now and again. You already saw one little clip from early morning ride. I'll try to limit it to, 30, 40 seconds, a minute at most. Not wear everybody out. Just enough to show you what I'm seeing. Just some extra scenery while you don't have my narration going on. A nice little bit of music on it, Make it real enjoyable and relaxing. Well, until we get to that, we get out here and drive some more. Contemplate figuring out how to get to a state of next phase of life. What are we going to do after we get out of truck driving in a couple of years? Keep on contemplating that and thinking about it. What's our exit strategy? What are we going to do if we can manage to do that? I don't know. We're going to mull that over while we're driving. But don't worry. I'm not going to be out anytime soon. Y'all are going to have to deal with me on here for a good while still. I'm not going anywhere yet. And then if I do, I'm just going to take you with me on the other adventures. We'll do other, way more entertaining things. And don't worry about that happening right now. You're going to keep on going for truck rides with me for the foreseeable future. I'm going to get off and do some of that driving, and I'll catch back up with y'all later. Be good until I get back. Try to figure out what went wrong with mankind and why we're all working so hard. Well, I'm gone. I'll be back. Airbag has finally started giving away and is leaking pretty good, and it is making things really aggravating and adventurous here. It's just always something. It's always something. I just can't do anything to get ahead. I can't get good enough loads to get ahead. I can't get little knick-knack repairs to stop happening. And just, oh man, it's been a closing in on 6 months of being in business with this thing. Not quite there yet, but it's just been an uphill battle and a fight, literally from the first trip that I drove since I started doing this. It's just, man, it is draining my life force, y'all. We're gonna keep on making it though. We're gonna keep on surviving somehow or another, despite every force around me trying to make the opposite happen. Yeah. Low paying loads, high priced diesel, just spotty dispatch, not consistent, just ever since I started doing this. Been trucking on for the majority of close to 19 years, and this last 6 months has been right up closing in on 6 months, has been the most challenging of my life, obviously so. I didn't expect owning a truck to come without challenges. Do not even mistake that. And silly dummy that didn't have any clue what I was getting into. I had a clue what I was getting into, but you can't predict how the perfect storm of, you know, so many different things are going to come together at one time to pile up on you at once. But, very frustrating, y'all. I'm tired, ready to stop. Been having to drive a little slower than I wanted to because I've been hills and rolling hills and mountains and curves, and this load is just heavy as all get out. 2 days in a row I've been right at, you know, 78,000 pounds or heavier, just weeks on the end of being over 40,000 pounds, and these loads are just starting to take a toll on the truck. I mean, I love the truck. It's a good truck, but I mean, it's a higher mileage truck, and it's just being abused off of this just endless supply of heavy loads. I mean, I didn't haul anywhere near this many heavy loads when I was at least on the JRV for those few months. I mean, nothing even close to what I've been doing over here for the last couple of months. It's, man, oh man. But, oh man, one of these years, I'll work myself out of this industry, and I'll smile back and look back at a lot of good memories and good times and challenges that I overcame. I will probably remember it more fondly than it's actually been, as people tend to do. You look back on things with the rose-colored glasses, you know, as people say, and I'm sure I'll look back on it more fondly than what it's actually been one day, but it'll be a relaxing thing to get out of it in a few years. I do know that. I do know that. Oh, so what are y'all doing today? How's it been over y'all's way? Have y'all had an easy day, tough day, challenging day? Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to whine like I've just got it bad and ain't nobody else having struggles in the world. I know better than that. There's a lot of people out there that's struggling in life 10 times worse than I am right now, with many, many, many different challenges going on in their life that make mine look like a walk in the park. I understand that. Y'all don't got to tell me that. I do. I know. I'm not trying to make it sound like I've got it worse than anybody else out here. Just speaking the truth on my own current situation. But get back to the question. How did y'all have a tough day at the job? An easy day? Have an easy day off? Tough day off? Do anything fun? Tell me about it. I ask this question a lot, and I don't know. Nobody else really gets the comments and answers. Man, nobody ever answers that question. I don't know. Maybe somebody will this time. I've been getting a lot more views, getting subscribers and stuff, but I'm getting a lot of feedback and interaction in this here little venture. I'd like to see that change for sure. But, oh well, if you got anything cool to say or tell me about, or any questions, or, you know, get in those comments and talk to me. I'm gonna get off here and finish getting up here to the truck stop. I've got an hour and 16 minutes left on my clock. Even if I run that down to the minute, I'm still not gonna make it to where I gotta be in the morning. So I'm gonna stop somewhere that I'm comfortable stopping at. I hope there's a space to park it over here at the Moxville TA. I'm hoping I'm early enough in the evening here to grab one. I've had good luck there before, so we'll see. It's a good spot. It's got everything you need around it. Walmart, restaurants. If you need to mail things, there's a package store there where you can mail stuff, and, you know, all kinds of, pretty much anything you need right there. And I like it. It's a good little spot. I'm gonna go. I'll get back with y'all after I get stopped. We'll talk about things and call it an evening. It'll be good till I get back. See you in a little while. Greetings, everyone, from Moxville, North Carolina at the TA. It's one of my spots I actually kind of like. There's a Walmart right down about 100 yards, 150 yards away. Asian or a Chinese restaurant. I don't know which lineage or variety it is. I couldn't see, but it's a restaurant of Asian descent of some sort. It's either Thai or Chinese, I believe. I'm wanting to go with Chinese, but there's also a nice Mexican restaurant there, and a postal store, and a Great Clips if you need a haircut, and all kinds of stuff right there. Dollar Tree. I went over there to the Mexican restaurant and got me some enchiladas, beans and rice.
good old tall Diet Coke, and then I walked over to Walmart and hoofed around there for a little while. I have to do my evening routine and call it a day, because I got to get up pretty early and finish out the last, 2 hours, 2.5, 2 hours and 45 minutes or so with the drive to try and meet my appointment in the morning. Hopefully we can make that on time. Yeah, we just kicked around Walmart, got me a new coffee mug so I can make my little instant coffees in here in the morning. I need to get me a little single serve coffee maker, but that seems that gets to be a lot of trouble. Got one so I can got a little water, one of those Insta hot water pots in here Erin got when we were out on the road, so she could do her teas and stuff. So I can do some heat my water up and do my little instant coffee while my oatmeal's in the microwave, or my grits, whichever one I do in the morning. I got some oatmeal and some grits. Got my breakfast for the next 3 days. Yeah, just got a couple of things. Got me a little sweet treat for here in a minute. I'll do my little counteract my little exercises I do with a sweet treat, because health first. But having a down day, so I need some comfort food, so I don't feel bad about it. And just kind of roamed around, killed some time. I'll do my little evening routine, read a couple of pages of my books, log a couple of receipts, do a little exercise, turn the TV on in the background for a bit, and call her quits and get some sleep. As far as musical recommendations go, Rock and Roll Trucker went a little more mellow today, but it's still really good stuff. And it's not so mellow that it's not some rock and roll to it, don't get me wrong, but if you travel back in time, there was a band called Sunny Day Real Estate. Their drummer was actually in the early incarnation of the Foo Fighters, and he wasn't quite up to not going to say up to par, because he's a good drummer. William Goldsmith, I believe is his name, but he wasn't quite fitting the style that Dave Grohl wanted when they went to record their, I think it was their second album he was going to be on them with. He was their touring drummer, and I think he recorded a lot of the album, and Dave Grohl just was not pleased with it, and he ended up scrapping it and doing it all himself on the drums there. And but William Goldsmith, yeah, Sunny Day Real Estate has lineage with the Foo Fighters there, but really good stuff in my book. They fall in the vein, they kind of fit in that vein of bands with like Hum and Sparta and the Mars Volta and stuff like that. Kind of, not completely, but more they kind of err to that side a little bit more. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just good stuff. I'm not going to give you a particular album or anything. Just like pull up your Spotify or your Google Music or your YouTube Music or whatever you use, and pull up Sunny Day Real Estate and start at the top of their most popular songs and hit play and listen to a few. I think you might be pleasantly surprised with something you probably haven't listened to before. Be a little bit different from what you probably listen to for most of you, but I think you might like it. So, Sunny Day Real Estate. I'm not recommending an album today. I'm just recommending a band as a whole. That was something I jammed to this morning. I was really enjoying it pretty well. Yeah, been a long time since I listened to them. Well, that's my musical recommendation for today, and so I'm going to call it quits. Eat my little sweet treat and do my evening routine here and get me a few hours of sleep and get up and do it all again in the morning. They had all day to book me another load, and I knew where I was going, and I never had another load offer come through today, and my appointment is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning before they really get going, so I foresee some sitting around waiting tomorrow. Maybe they'll surprise me. I don't know. I'm kind of bummed out with it. Kind of over it. I'll snap back out of it. We'll get back hard. Well, I can only go as hard as they let me go, since I'm not booking my own loads, but that's all troubles for another day, I suppose. I can't go through a video at all without saying it is what it is, right? I'm gonna make a t-shirt that says "is what it is." Rock and Roll Trucker. It is what it is. That'll be my branded shirt there. What do you think? Yeah, I'm gonna say good night to y'all, and for those of you that are watching it at different times, good afternoon, good morning.
whatever you're having, whatever time it is where you're at right now, have a good one of those. Whatever you're doing or wanting to do or wanting to get into, be good or be good at it. And my favorite quote recently on the end of most of my videos lately, dedicated out to all you fellers out there from the Great Red Green Show. If the ladies can't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. All right? That means some of you guys either need to go wash your face or practice up on some of your handyman skills. I'm going to go. I'll catch y'all on the next ride. Y'all be good till I see you then. Bye-bye.